Welcome everyone. I'm Nicholas, Chair of Australia. I first wish to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land in which we are gathering, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and their elders, past, present and emerging. Also any First peoples who are present with us today. I would like to now call on Auntie Di Kerr, who is going to welcome us to the country.
Thank you very much. I honour my ancestors and my elders, and I pay homage to this sacred ground that we're on. I wish to acknowledge any elders of different nations, and the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander persons, and the First Nations peoples from across the waters. And in particular, I wanted to acknowledge you from England, New Zealand, United States, and of course Australia. And I wanted to acknowledge your ancestors, elders and families. And I have with me my niece, Auntie Gal, which to you is my cousin's daughter. And we've come here as a family to welcome you here on the traditional country of our ancestors. And I've only been out here a couple of times, and every time I come out here it's grown immensely. And to have an international context here is absolutely amazing. I'm sorry it's raining, but it's supposed to rain for a few days still. Haven't seen other floods. We've had a lot of floods and a lot of heartache over the last month, which has been really hard for a lot of us. But I'd like to say, if anybody needs any assistance while you're here, we are a phone call away to answer anything that you need. I ask you all to talk to someone that you don't know and share your story of who you are and where you come from. I firmly believe if we can understand each other, that we can live in harmony. When we live in harmony, we eradicate racism and stigma. And we pave the way for our young ones. They can live in peace and walk our streets without fear of any harm. I'd like to offer you our hand in friendship so that we can journey together. And all it takes is an open heart and an open hand. May God and my Creator surround you all and give you strength and resilience. On behalf of our elders, I say Wumajika, Wurundjeri Ballot Yimawundibik. That means welcome to Wurundjeri country. I hope you have a wonderful time, 20 days, there's a holiday. And I say Nungotjan. That means thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your journey today. Nungotjan.
Thank you, Auntie Di. I would like to now welcome the Mayor of Brimbank, Councillor Jasmine Wynne, to come up and say a few words.
Hi everyone! Hi, it's exciting to be here. For those who don't know me, my name is Councillor Jasmine Wynne, and I'm the Mayor of Brimbank City Council. And I too would like to pay respects to the tribal elders and historians of the land we came on. In Brimbank we have the Wurundjeri and the Kulin peoples. So pay respects and pay acknowledgements to all the elders, past, present and future. So here, Auntie Kai and Auntie Gail. Hello, say hi to them, make sure to say hello. And we must acknowledge here that there's still a lot of challenges and injustices here, and it's important that we stand in solidarity with the country and the community. And wow, this is amazing. We have an international competition here. The MacRobertson Shield. Wow. Amazing. That's the funniest thing. I actually went to the MacRobertson Girls High School. Yeah, well, please do. But we never played cricket at school. What a shame. I mean, I've done crochet, but not cricket. So maybe you should also teach me how to play cricket later. But yeah, I think it's absolute. I want to well. Here we have Councillor Victoria Walk at the front and also Councillor Bruce Lancashire. We are so proud to, encourage our community and everyone to be active, healthy, and what better way to do that than playing croquet? But I just haven't played myself, so you all have to teach me, please do. And who's from Australia? Who's from the Australians? Is that the green gold ones? Ooh, okay, look at outfit. And then who is from England? Oh, nice. And New Zealand? I definitely noticed. Yeah, New Zealand. Right. And then the United States, that is so far away. Where was the US? Wow. I didn't know you got the tie already to represent the country. And what a better day than to play on Remembrance Day. Right? I think we should just pay respect and service to all those who served in the various wars so that we can have competitions like these where people from all over the world can play together. That's really amazing. Yeah, so that is some worldwide championship fellowship right there. I love it. And look, we're so pleased to have you back in Australia. We are the defending champions. I don't know, what do you call it? It's like return of the Mac. Do you say that? Is that a thing? Could be now, okay. Let's be confused with Macca's, McDonald's. Yeah, well, I hope you all enjoy today's games, this entertainment, and thank you so much for inviting us in council. And if there's any way we can spread the love of croquet or make better use of the centre, please let us know. And may the games begin.
Thank you, Councillor Gentleman. We are now going to have, I'm hoping, equally exciting video of our President of the World Croquet Federation. What we have.
I'm sorry that I can't be there in person today. However, I suppose it is now become COVID that we're all much more used to this type of communication. So, from over 10,000 miles away, I would like to welcome you to the World Croquet Federation Association Croquet World Team Championship for the MacRobertson Shield. I hope you're all excited and looking forward to the competition that lies ahead. As you all know, COVID has delayed the event by 12 months. I would like to begin by thanking all those involved from each of the participating nations for their understanding and cooperation at the start of this year. The situation was much less clear at that time, and some complicated planning and difficult decisions were required to ensure that the event could go ahead even now. In that regard, I particularly like to thank Kevin Beard, Mike Cohn, and Graham Roberts for their efforts interpreting government regulations and creating their own. It seems a long time ago when I was last at Victoria Croquet Centre myself for the 2020 World Championship, the last event we were able to hold before COVID. The World Croquet Federation is very grateful to the Australian Croquet Association and the Victoria Croquet Association for hosting this event and again making the venue available. Further thanks go to the individuals who have helped ensure the survival of the Victoria Croquet Centre through some difficult times and enabling it to host another World Championship. Most of the players have played there before and will be familiar with the great facilities that it has to offer. I'm benefiting venue it is for the event, with Australia seeking to defend the Shield. The event is only possible because of the hard work of numerous volunteers. I've met a few, but there will be many of you. Whether you're involved in administration, refereeing, social media, website, grounds work, housekeeping, whatever, I thank you for generously giving up your time to ensure the event is a complete success across the board. Live streaming of the event will bring you an audience around the world, and I'm sure that many people will tune in. where we'll be able to see individual moments of world-class play and also to follow the enthrall of the competition as it unfolds over the course of the next couple of weeks or so. It's very pleasing to see the strength of the four teams. The fact that such a strong group of players as again being assembled is a tribute to the long history of the event and the esteem in which it is held. To flip the field on home territory Australia are going to be hard to beat. However, the other three teams are set up to make it as different as possible for them. To all the players, particularly those playing for the first time, I hope you enjoy the event. Good luck to you all, and play on.
I would like to, as Chair, we've received best wishes for the event from the patron of Croquet Victoria, the Governor of Victoria, Her Excellency Linda Dessel. And I'd also just like to once again acknowledge the support from the Greenbank Council and councillors. They've been here on numerous occasions, some of them have, and it's fantastic for your ongoing support of not only this event but for other events here. I'd like to welcome you all to the Victoria Croquet Centre. I'd like to thank Kate Patrick as President of the VCA and for being able to be here at this event. And as Ian has already mentioned, the last couple of years have been difficult times for a number of reasons, and I'd especially like to thank the team of volunteers that have continued to keep these lawns up to speed. It has been it hasn't been the easiest road for the VCA and through COVID and the like. So a big thank you to Kevin Beard and Lester Hughes and Stephen Forster and there's probably 2 or 3 others in there as well that I want to miss. But thank you very much for your efforts over, especially the last 18 months. I would like to thank the organising committee, as Ian touched on as well. There's been some, it hasn't been an easy road going through COVID and the like. So, yeah, thank you very much for the organising committee for their hard work. Thank you for all the volunteers and we're going to sort of, I'm not going to say thank you to everyone at this point because there's still a lot of work to be done by these volunteers, whether it's going to be cutting the grass or feeding us or whatever the case may be. So thanks in advance, and on that, I'd just like to say it's really good that we can all get back together again. We've had a couple of years of nothing, and so, and I've said this a couple of times this year already at Australian events, it really is good to get the croquet family back together, renew old acquaintances. So, yeah, I think it's fantastic that we can come together and we need to be thankful and grateful for that. The Australian Croquet Association, up until now, doesn't have something that the WCF has, it's something that New Zealand has, it's something that the CA has, and something that the US has. So we're missing out on one thing. So it is with great pleasure that I announce that the ACA is establishing a Hall of Fame. And you're going to have to indulge the Australians on this one. And it's going to be no surprise as to who the inaugural inductee of our Hall of Fame is. And he's the reason why we're all here. So MacPherson. Now I know that most people in the room know about MacPherson and what he's done, but just bear with me, and I'm not going to read through the entire citation, but it's terrific to be able to honour Sir MacPherson at this time in his hometown of Melbourne, where he started off as a 19-year-old making chocolates in his mother's house, going out on the weekend. He started with, and apparently he started with £2, which in today's dollars is about $200, and went out and made a fortune out of chocolate. He established the MacRobertson Steam Confectionery Workshop, what became the first MacRobertson chocolates, and eventually employed 2,500 people and established a manufacturing warehouse in Fitzroy and painted the town white, painted all his buildings white, everything was white. Now remember, this is back in the early 1900s. I don't think much has changed in Victoria. Apparently he had some problems with the unions, but he was able to keep his employees extremely happy with a pension fund, and nobody really had a strike. The workers really had a strike. His annual turnover from 1880 was £300. That increased to an annual turnover of £2 million in 1925. Something like around about 200 million in today's dollars. MacPherson had some issues with some of his workers in that they didn't know the whole thing about risk and reward when it came to selling these chocolates. What he did was he used croquet to actually teach them about the whole thing of risk and reward, and self-discipline, and business success. And I think all of us that have played croquet know all about that risk, reward, success, and I know that there's been many successful business people not only take on the game of croquet, but play croquet and build successful businesses. MacPherson also he loved his country, he loved Victoria, he was entrepreneurial, he sponsored air races from London to Melbourne. So our English friends have taken part of that route to be here today. So he also sponsored expeditions down into Antarctica, and there's a whole region down in Antarctica known as Robertson. He donated £100,000 to the Victorian government, and when they said, well, what are we going to spend it on, one of those things that he suggested, and remember this is back in the 1920s, 1930s, he suggested establishing the Robertson Girls High School. Once again, the government of the day said you've got to pay tax, and he said, well, look at that, and he paid the tax on top of the £100,000, it was about £45,000 or something, in order to have that money tax-free. And that little bit of tax-free and everything for all those accountants and financial planners way for our tax-deductible donations here in Australia. And for those people that would like to make a tax-deductible donation, you can click on the ACA website and you can donate. So, without any further ado, it is a great honour to be able to induct Sir MacRobertson into the Australian Hall of Fame, and I can think of no better way of celebrating and honouring that by actually being here and for us all to enjoy our croquet over the next 15, 16 days, whatever the case may be. Whether you're a player, official, volunteer, spectator, whatever the case may be, enjoy your croquet, have fun, and enjoy. I would like to now ask the team captains to introduce the team. So we'll start with Samir with England. So Samir and the English team.